For the Ethiopian Educational Information and Communication Technology presents Educational Satellite Television Programs.
Hello, teacher. Hello, students. Welcome to the first lesson in our second unit in grade 10 chemistry. In this unit, we will learn about important inorganic compounds. We will learn how to classify inorganic compounds, and we will learn about different types of inorganic compounds. We will study oxides, acids, bases, and salts. We will learn how to classify salts, and we will learn the difference between strong and weak acids and bases, as well as those that are concentrated and diluted. We will study the Arrhenius, Bronsted-Lowry, and Lewis concepts of acids and bases. We will also learn about the corrosive nature of acids and bases, and we will discuss essential plant nutrients, including fertilizers and pesticides. In today's lesson, we will begin by defining inorganic compounds. We will classify some inorganic compounds as oxides, acids, bases, and salts, and we will show some inorganic chemicals. Students, let us get started. To review, compounds are pure chemical substances that are composed of two or more elements. They can be separated into simpler substances through chemical reactions. Organic compounds are chemical compounds that contain carbon. With the exception of carbides, carbonates, and simple oxides of carbon, all contain carbon. Inorganic compounds are the compounds consisting of mineral constituents of the earth or generally found in non-living things. The term inorganic compound refers to all compounds that do not contain carbon. For example, sodium chloride, hydrochloric acid, and aluminium oxide are all inorganic compounds. Inorganic compounds can be identified by the way they just melt or vaporize when heated in air. While most organic compounds burn when they are heated in air, inorganic compounds tend to just melt or vaporize. In this video, alcohol was added to sodium chloride to help ignite. As you can see, sodium chloride vaporizes when it is heated. Students, please list some other inorganic compounds that you are familiar with. Also, please name one thing that almost all inorganic compounds have in common. You may begin whenever you are ready.
Students, let's get ready. Begin. Time's up. Let's get back to our lesson.
Welcome back, students. I wonder how many inorganic compounds you were able to think of. Let us go through a list of them together. You might have said sulfuric acid, hydrogen peroxide, or potassium nitrate. You may also have listed calcium carbonate or potassium hydroxide. These are all inorganic compounds, and there are many more than that. As we discussed, the one thing that inorganic compounds have in common is that they originate from the mineral constituent of the earth or are found in non-living matter. However, there are a few exceptions to this. While carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide, carbonates, and hydrogen carbonates are all compounds that contain carbon, they are compounds that are classified as inorganic. Inorganic compounds are most commonly found in nature as silicates, oxides, carbonates, sulfides, sulfates, chlorides, and nitrates. There are several different ways of classifying inorganic compounds. One of the ways is according to their composition. Inorganic compounds can be classified in terms of the types of metals they contain. For example, there are aluminium compounds, such as aluminium oxide, aluminium chloride, and aluminium borate. There are copper compounds, such as copper sulfide, copper oxide, and copper 2 chloride. Inorganic compounds can also be classified according to the non-metals they contain. For example, there are sulfur compounds, such as sodium sulfide, sulfur dioxide, and sulfur oxoacid. There are nitrogen compounds, such as cadmium nitrate, lithium nitride, and potassium nitrite. One more way that inorganic compounds can be classified in terms of their composition is according to the groups they contain. For example, inorganic compounds may contain sulfates, nitrates, or carbonates. There are 4 different groups of inorganic chemicals that we will be learning about in this unit, including oxides, acids, bases, and salts. Students, let us do one more activity. In a moment, you will see several sentences related to what we have learned in this lesson. However, there will be several words missing. Please fill in the missing words to complete the sentences.
Students, let's get ready. Begin. Time's up. Let's get back to our lesson.
Hello, everyone. Were you able to fill in all of the missing words to complete the sentences? Let us go through them together. Inorganic compounds are the compounds consisting of mineral constituents of the earth or generally found in non-living things. Inorganic compounds do not contain carbon. When inorganic compounds are heated in air, they tend to melt or vaporize. Students, if you filled in all of the words correctly, great work. In today's lesson, we learned about inorganic compounds. We learned that they are the compounds consisting of mineral constituents of the earth or generally found in non-living things. We learned about several different ways to classify these compounds, such as by the metals they contain, the non-metals they contain, or the groups they contain. We learned that these groups include oxides, acids, bases, and salts. In our next lesson, we will begin learning about oxides. We will define them, classify them, and look at some different examples of them. This brings us to the end of our lesson for today. Until next time, thank you, teacher. Thank you, students.